So there's 6 screws that need to come out of the back of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't take these 2 screws out. Leave those there. Once you get these 6 screws out, you should be able to set it down, kind of jiggle that top case cover off. It might take a little bit of just finagling, but it'll come off. So once you got that open, just lift up on the keypad here. It's only held on by these little studs here. So just lift that right off. These 4 screws right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those come out. What we need to do, we need to get to the back of this board here. A little Loctite on these, so but they'll come out. And then once you have those 4 screws out, very gently lift up on this spindle. You don't want to mess up any of the adjustment of any of these moving parts in here. So there's a little bit of spring-loaded stuff and alignment there, so just be real careful not to mess with that stuff. Then we need to get these 2 screws out here. So again, we got to get to the back side of this board. So take those 2 out. Okay, and then this board should lift right up. This black plate may come off with it, or maybe it doesn't, but that'll come right out. It's just kind of sitting in there, and then you'll be able to pull this plug out from the back side there. So then just pull that out and put the new one on. So when you put the new one on, you're going to feed it through the hole and plug it back into the board here. Make sure it's seated in there good. This cable is going to lay down in this channel right here. Your one from the factory probably has a piece of tape holding that cable down, so you could redo that if you wanted. But just make sure it's laying flat in there. This black plate will, these 2 studs here, there and there, will align with these 2 holes in the body of the lock. So just lay that in there, get it so that they're lined up, and it'll lay down flat in there. You'll feel it. And then this hole right here in the center of the board will align with this stud right here on the lock. Let's see if I can show that to you. So this little stud right here in the center, these are the 2 screw holes. This is that little stud. So everything will line up right down there along the bottom of the board. So lay that in there. Got to get everything laying nice and flat. Make sure everything lays nice and flat and you kind of feel solid in there. Get that board in there. Just do everything in reverse order. So pop these 2 screws back in here to hold the board down. Very gently, again, put this piece back on. Put these 4 screws back in. So this is all just reverse order of how we took it apart. You don't need to over tighten anything, just get it all good and snug. I wouldn't be torquing anything down or anything like that real hard, just get it to a good stop there. You're gonna need to put your keypad back on. So like I said, there's 3 studs on here, 2 up top, 1 down here on the bottom right there. So those line up with these 3 holes in the board, 1, 2, and 3. So those it just kind of drops in there, and then you should be able to put your top case back on, get it over the spindle, kind of get your keys to fall into the holes there. For some reason. There we go. So now it should all look right, and then just put your 6 screws back in and tighten that back cover on. Should be good to go.